Okay, I believe we are live. Let's just double check that I am live. I can see that I'm a little bit blurry. So if you are catching me live, welcome. My name is Melissa Genevieve Dennis, and I am the CEO Goddess of CEO Goddess. So I just want to welcome you to this beautiful, divine activation. This is an intro, really, for the 6-figure FEMME frequency. And I'm just so excited for this because, having the opportunity to speak to you all publicly has been something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And, I know we all get stuck in the background of doing things, doing the masculine energy of getting things done, analyzing, researching, working, trying things out, testing things, tweaking things. And then it just comes to the point where you just have to trust your intuition. And that's the feminine energy. And so, I speak to women all the time who say to me, Melissa, I really want to, it could be anything from, I really want to manifest my dream partner. I really want to make 6 figures in my business. I really want to be a multimillionaire. I really want to buy my first home. I really want to lose weight. And the first thing I always ask is, what are you doing to get it? Like, what are you doing at the moment? And they always come back to me with certain things, certain steps that are backed up with masculine energy. Now, if you are a man, you need to understand you have the masculine energy and the feminine energy. However, when you manifest something into your reality, you are primarily using the masculine energy, not the feminine energy. When you want a woman, it is your masculine energy that attracts that woman. And if you are a woman and you want a man, the energy that you emit is not masculine energy. The masculine energy is not attracted to you when you're in your masculine energy. It's when you're in your feminine energy that it wants you, because yin wants yang and yang wants yin. Yang doesn't want yang and yin doesn't want yin. We want the opposite, and the two halves together make a whole. If you have two of the same energies, there's no whole. There's just more of the same energy. And so to attract the opposite of what you desire, if you are a woman, you manifest different to a male, to the masculine energy. So the masculine energy, there's nothing wrong. Their method works, okay? The masculine energy actually does work. Analyzing, researching, writing a strategy, having a plan, a structured plan, following that step by step, implementing it, doing the work. Following those steps means action. It does work. I'm not saying it doesn't work. But the problem is when you go too deep and too far into the masculine energy, you don't understand why things are not working for you. So I'm about to embark on a 3-day transformational journey for you that is how to embody the 6 figures as the FEMME frequency, as the embodiment of FEMME frequency. So that's really all about, I'm not talking about 7 figures, I'm not talking about 8 figures, and I do this for a reason, because when you are coming from something like lack and need, and you want to make your first 100,000, let's just say you are $50,000 to $100,000 in debt and you really want to make that money. The best thing to do is to start with 6 figures. That's more doable. If you are not making anything, perhaps you might want to start with the same work I'm about to show you, but focus on 5 figures. I'm not going to do a masterclass on 5 figures, but I'm just saying you can apply the same techniques and principles if you are trying to manifest 5 figures. So what we're going to do over the 3 days is I'm going to ask you and teach you with every step of this process, what is the emotional energy behind everything that you say, do, think, feel, believe, and implement. Because if it is backed up by the masculine energy, then you're going to feel a very big imbalance. And you'll wonder why you're not manifesting things with such ease. You see, manifesting with ease is the feminine energy. But we are taught to manifest things with the masculine energy, and the masculine energy is the harder energy because it's the doing energy. And women and doing a lot of things doesn't go well together. We're already busy. Most of us are mothers, and we are already working hard. We are already expected to do a lot of things by society, by family. There are women who want to be stay-at-home mothers, but then they also want to be business entrepreneurs, or they want to have a career. Then they want to be fit and healthy. Then they want to be there for all their family and friends. Then they want to be there for their community. Then they want to travel. Then they want to be the fittest they can possibly be. We have many goals. We have many dreams, aspirations, a lot of desires, and the list just builds. You know, if you look back, you know, and imagine your past life. Let's just say your past life you lived in the 18th century, let's just say, or early 19th century. If you were to go back and visit your previous life, chances are you just wanted to be a happy wife and a good mother. Maybe you wanted to have a career. Who knows? But your goals were different back then. These days, we have a lot more goals than what we used to have. And it's probably because what we've seen in front of us on social media, on TV, in movies, the news, people around us, influencers. And what happens when we are exposed to more things? What happens is we desire more things. You know, you may see a woman who is a phenomenal, successful entrepreneur, and she owns a Lamborghini and a mansion in LA. And you're here in Sydney, where I am, and you are, a stay-at-home mom, or you work retail, and you see that and you think, well, she has that. I desire that too. Doesn't mean I believe I'm going to get it. Doesn't mean I'm going to take action to try and get it. I do desire it. We have desires. You may see a gorgeous celebrity online and you may think, it could be a movie too. And you may think, well, I really want to manifest a man like that. I want him to look like that too. He may be cute like Brad Pitt, and he may just be so sweet and charming in the movie. Because you've seen that, you've witnessed it, and you have an emotional reaction to that, you start to desire that one particular thing. See, back in the days when we had no TV, we had no influencers, we had no social media, we weren't exposed to everything. The men that we saw were the men in our local town riding horses and carriage. And if we saw someone we thought we fancied, then that would be the limit of your desire in terms of a man. But now we have movies, we've always had books, but we have movies, and we witness men charming women, and that desire sparks within us. So what is a desire? A desire is literally an energetic spark within you. It's an energy. Desire is an energy. So when you walk into a room of, say, 100 people, and there is one particular person across the room who looks your way, and you just like the way you are drawn to his body language, you like his smile, his eyes, he looks your way for a second, he glances your way, and that is it. You have a desire for that one particular person. That is desire. It does not mean that when you walk into a room, you want everything. The same goes for when you walk into a store. There's clothes and handbags and shoes everywhere. You're scanning, you see things. Yeah, I see clothes, I see shoes, I see handbags. Oh, I like that handbag. That's desire. That is an energetic spark when you witness or experience something. You notice something. When you notice something exists and there's that spark and you want it, that is desire. So when we desire something, what do we do about it? When I ask somebody, what do you want? I want a house. I want to buy my first house, or I want to build my first house. I want my first home for my family, myself. And I ask, what are you doing to try and get that? It's always about, this is my experience, it's always about strategy and facts, analyzing everything. Well, my bank account says this much, and chances are I'm not going to get a house at that kind of money. I need to have a job for a certain amount of time before the banks will loan me the money to get the house that I want. Again, analyzing facts. And also looking at past experience. Well, I've never had the money before to buy a house, so what are the chances of me being able to do that again? I get it. But this is the masculine energy, and this is the way we are taught. Because we are taught by men how to get what we want. Our fathers told us how to get what we want. And we forgot how our mothers got what they wanted. Our ancestors, what did they do to get what they wanted? When they said, they want a family, I want to be a stay-at-home mum. I'm going back to past lives as well, not just our ancestors, our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers. Back then, their biggest dreams was to have a beautiful home for their family, to have a loving relationship with their partner, to be a wife, to be a mother, to be healthy, for everyone to be okay, and everyone to come home at the end of the day and have dinner and be safe. But as each woman around the world started to accumulate wonderful things, wealth, freedom, travel, better relationships, homes, investment properties, businesses, tons of clients, of course, the rest of the collective of women saw that and thought, well, like, if she has it, then I want it. The same thing has happened to men too. It's not just women. Women have, like men are the same. Or one man might purchase his second home. And again, I'm going back to our ancestors and I'm going back to past lives. But one man might say, I'm buying my second home. You can imagine back in those days, 18th century, early 19th century, you can imagine back in those days what it meant to be able to tell people, I'm purchasing my second home. So then the next man would come along and say, well, if you own more than one home, and I can see that's possible, I want that. And that's now a desire in his heart. It's a desire in his energetic field. So women are exactly the same. She has beautiful clothes, nice jewelry. I want that. I desire that now. And so this energetic spark grows within. And if you then treat that desire with the wrong energy, then you'll either manifest something doing it in a more masculine way, which is the doing way. And if you are pushing aside your feminine energy, then you'll find there's an imbalance. And it will be difficult because that's not the way the feminine energy manifests. That's not how we get what we want. Go back to those ancestors, your grandmother, great-grandmother, great-great-great-grandmother. Go back into your past life. That's not how they manifested. They didn't do things. They listened to their intuition. They saw the man that they desire. They dreamed about that person. They thought about them. They felt an energetic connection. That's their intuition. They felt their intuition was saying, this is the man I want to be with. This is the man I like. And it was just a trust and a knowing. There was no heavy lifting. There was not a lot of work to do. Perhaps the only work they had to do was put on a beautiful outfit and leave the house and go to the same place where they thought that person would be. So they could attract that particular person because they knew he would be there. That is it. They listened to their intuition, and the most of what they did, their doing side of things, was getting an outfit on and going out with their girlfriends and being at the same fun park or movie theatre or beach, as the person that they desire. And that person they desire would see them and come and talk to them. That was it. Now, I like to refer this to the feminine energy flirting. That's it. There's this frequency that emits from a woman when she desires something or someone, and that other person can feel that energetic pull. They don't know why, they can just feel it. And then they come over. The male does the actions. He walks over, he comes and says to the female, will you go on a date with me? So when we're talking about money, the same thing applies in the feminine energy. You desire a certain amount of money. And again, I'm going to be doing a different masterclass for 7 figures. Right now, I want to focus on 6 figures because I feel like starting with 6 figures is more doable, even if you are starting at 0. If you have a business where, you're just starting out, you haven't got your first client, you can apply this to the first 5 figures, and you may make the first 5 figures in a day. If you have a beautiful divine offer that transforms people's lives, and I always recommend that if you're going to be offering anything at 5 figures, it better be something that's transformational. Then you could be selling something in a 24-hour period that's worth $10,000. If you can do that, you can definitely 100% aim for 6 figures. This is why I'm creating this masterclass, this 3-day masterclass. And today's really just an intro, a welcome into the 3 days with me, the 6-figure FEMME frequency. But as I was saying, the masculine energy is the energy of walking over to the feminine energy and saying, will you go on a date with me? I'm going to initiate this. And that masculine energy is a welcome energy in terms of your business. You must take action in your business. But what I'm saying is, when you manifest something, you need to be in your feminine energy. Don't believe that starting a business and creating a business is all about the masculine energy. It's not all about getting a business name, getting a website, a URL site, getting on social media, changing all your fonts, all your logos, making sure everything's in sync, making sure the color theme, resonates with each other and is in alignment, and getting online and sharing with people your intro and who you are and what you do, and then creating some sort of offer and going out there and selling it and creating ads. That's a lot of doing. The feminine energy is emotional energy. It's the feelings behind the actions. It's the knowing. It's the intuition. That's what the energy is in your business. So when you're creating your logos and your URL websites and your social media accounts, and you're creating your offer, and you're creating a free opt-in or a masterclass or a mastermind, it is the energy behind the action, the energy meaning the emotions. What is the feelings? What's the vibration of every thought, feeling, and action behind your business? When I open a YouTube channel, when I open a Facebook group, when I go live in my Facebook group, what is my energy behind that? Am I doing it because others are doing it? Am I doing it because it needs to be done? Am I doing it because I've simply written it down on a list of all the things that should be done in a business for a healer, a consultant, or a coach? Or am I doing this with the energy that I know this is the right thing that my clients need, and it is in alignment with me, and I know that I want to do it? It feels good. In fact, I love it. It's not a case of, oh yeah, it feels good. It's a case of, I love doing what I'm doing. I couldn't imagine doing anything else at this moment. So this video, the welcome to 6-figure FEMME frequency, is going to be nice and short. I'm not going to be writing on the whiteboard. I'm not going to be showing you any sort of slides, presentations. However, I do have that already. Okay, this is how I teach. I'm very much a teacher. I like to write on whiteboards. I go crazy. I go nuts on the whiteboard. That's just my thing. It's my jam. I love whiteboards. I like presentations too. I love to design really beautiful presentations. So you'll see a bit of that too. I really want you to visualize everything that I'm teaching you. I don't leave anything to chance. If you don't understand the way I articulate my message, my offers, my teachings are rambled, are too fast or confusing, then I have the whiteboard and the presentation as well. I really feel like everyone learns different. Some people are quick learners. Some people take time and need to listen to the videos again. They are going to remain here in YouTube. But I just wanted you to understand that if you are starting your business from scratch, this masterclass, the first, second, all 3 masterclasses, is definitely something you can apply to a brand new business as a brand new healer, coach, consultant, whatever you're doing. Because once you master this and you understand how easy it is to manifest six figures, then you'll understand how easy it is to manifest seven. And at the very beginning, manifesting seven figures sounds impossible. A very few people can go from 0 to seven figures. The belief. You need to be really in tune with your intuition, really connected to your higher self, and to have unwavering faith in yourself, in your beliefs. Very rare people can do this. And I'm one of those people. These people who find it simply easy, absolutely effortless to do this, are people who are masters in manifestation. And that is me. Every time I've ever desired anything in my life, depending on the level of that desire, I would get it. I can desire something right now. I may desire to eat a burger. But the frequency of me desiring to eat a burger right now is pretty low. Chances are it won't happen because it's a low frequency. I wouldn't mind a burger. I'm just using that as an example. My desire to connect with as many women as I can and to make 5 to 10 million, that desire out of 1 to 1,000, right now in this moment as I'm speaking to you, is probably about 850. Anywhere between 850 and 950. So that desire is pretty high. And the consistency of that desire, the energetic desire, the frequency behind it, being that high for a long period of time would be about 95%, 95 to 100%. That means at any and every given moment, I'm feeling it between 850 to 950. The frequency is this high. 95%. I have my moments, my 5% moments where I'm like, 10 million. I don't know if that's going to really happen. 20 minutes later, I'm back up to 95% believing, yep, it's definitely going to happen. That's just ridiculous. Why would I even question it? And then I have a little giggle and I'm back to believing it. Other people, if you said to them, someone who's got nothing, has never made any money, is actually extremely in debt. If you said to them, how strong is your desire to become a millionaire? Chances are they would, probably turn around and say, well, I believe about 400 hertz. The energy frequency is around 400 out of 1,000. That's how low the frequency is. We're talking about energetic frequency in measured in hertz. And how often do you feel that? In one day, they may say, maybe 30% of the day, I feel like, oh, wow, this is really possible. And the rest of the time, they think, that's really ridiculous. That will only happen if I win the lottery. $10 million, yeah, I'll have to play lottery. I don't see myself making that in my business. So do you understand the difference? With me, because I'm a master in manifestation, if I have a conversation with someone who doesn't believe in what I'm doing, doesn't believe in what I teach, my offers, my principles, someone who doesn't believe in me and tries to push their beliefs that it's not possible for me, I don't waver. I don't change my frequency for them. I'm not affected. I see that as their viewpoint. Okay, they don't see that as a possibility. They don't have the belief I have. That doesn't change me. I listen to what they've got to say, but in honestly, I don't actually have anyone who does that to me, but I'm assuming that a lot of people do. So if you share your business goals with family and friends, possibly other work colleagues, and they don't believe that the business will make that much money, and your work colleagues could be anyone. It could be your social media marketing manager, your VA, your assistant. If you said, hey, I think we should set a target for 10 million this year, or even 5 million, and they said, really, that's a pretty high target. We've only just hit 6 figures. Do you think we should have a lower target? Whatever. Anyone in your company could literally say they don't really believe. Is that really going to affect you? I mean, really, come on. Really? This is what I mean. So my belief in me creating $10 million is consistent 95% of days, weeks, months. I may have a 5% moment during a month out of a whole month where I just feel like, maybe I'm just dreaming. It ain't going to happen. 10 million? I don't know. I'll be happy with 5. But that's just me on a bad day. And I want you to understand, you are allowed to have those bad days. You are allowed to have bad days. It doesn't mean at that moment you don't really believe. You are just being negative because you feel negative, and you feel negative because your energy is low, and it could be due to fatigue. You could be overworked. You could be overstimulated in your business, and I understand that. Thinking about designs, offers, masterclasses, teachings, presentations, that's a lot of stuff to remember and think about. I'm always thinking about, what am I going to teach in the next lesson? How can I break this up so that people understand and it's easy to digest and absorb? So I totally get it on those days where you're negative, but don't blame it on your faith in your business. Blame it on energy. You are allowed to have a down day. Those days are Netflix days. Those days are popcorn, ice cream, sushi, whatever. They're chill out days. Put your slippers on, keep your pajamas on. Don't go out the house. Maybe put some music on, or totally do something different. Go for a run, take your dog for a walk, go hiking, get out in the fresh air, in nature. Do whatever you have to do to feel better. It's got nothing to do with your ability to manifest $10 million. This is why I know that my frequency is always going to be high. My faith is always up high, 95 to 100% most of the time. And nothing and nobody can really change that. It's always going to be high. And just turning this little alarm off. So I'm going to be teaching you 6-figure FEMME frequency, and that's really the 3 aspects and principles of manifesting. Everyone knows. I know you know this. If you are part of CEO Goddess already, you've been following me for a while, I know that you understand energy. You are an energy healer, you're a psychic medium, you're an entrepreneur, you are a money mentor or coach. I know that you understand energy. I know that you understand manifestation. It's available for anyone and everywhere. Ever since The Secret was on Netflix, anyone and everyone understands manifestation these days. And the main parts of manifesting anything is your thoughts, your beliefs, and your embodiment, your action, the action that backs up your thoughts and beliefs. Those 3 aspects are how anyone manifests anything in life, whether it's health, relationship, or money, success, anything. I'm going to be teaching it to you in a completely different way. I'm going to be teaching it to you in the FEMME frequency way. That means you're going to be fully aware of the feminine energy behind everything. It's behind the thought. And the thought on day number 1 is going to be really focused on clarity. Because with clarity of your desires comes belief. If you don't have clarity on your thoughts and your desires, chances are you will not believe it, which means you won't move into the second phase of manifesting, which is belief. And do you need to believe 24/7, 100% all the time? No, you don't. Does the energetic frequency need to be at 1,000 constantly to believe something and to believe it into reality? No, it doesn't. That's where we get stuck, and we believe that we must have faith up here. The frequency must be as high as possible. I believe it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And then after you believe it's at 1,000 and you feel like you're forcing it, you're trying to convince yourself, and you don't see it after a couple of days, it drops down to 0. It's not going to happen. If it happens, it would have happened by now. I don't believe. I don't know how anyone keeps their frequency that high for, all the time, consistently. That's where you're wrong. That's where you put so much pressure on yourself. Then we're going to move on to phase 3 of manifesting wealth, money, and that's the action. And again, as with the thoughts and the beliefs, the action will also be going to become fully aware of the emotional and energetic charge behind every action that you take. And remember, action is masculine. What is the feminine energy that backs up the masculine energy of doing? Because remember, the feminine energy is knowing, it's intuition, it's trust, it's leaning back and knowing it's coming. I see that guy across the room. I want him. My energy is vibrating extremely high. I know he can feel it, and he does. It's like you're communicating through universal intelligence. This frequency, this beacon gets sent straight to him, and he picks up on this beacon, this energetic current coming from you, vibration coming from you. And then all of a sudden, out of 100 people in a room, he just happens to walk over, sit next to you and smile and start a conversation. It's not about chasing him, stalking him, asking people, what's his phone number? What's his social media, account, and who is he? And walking over there and saying, hi, my name's so-and-so. That masculine energy is going to make him pull back because he's got the masculine energy and he's looking for the feminine. Remember how I said yin wants yang, yang wants yin? Yin doesn't want yin and yang doesn't want yang. They want the opposite, because when there are two opposites, the masculine and feminine, that is what makes a whole. Should do this. That's what makes the whole, the yin, the yang. And that's what the masculine energy wants. It wants its other half. And that's what the feminine wants. It wants its other half. It's searching for its other half. So this beacon gets sent out, and currents of energy, and in this current, this frequency that's being sent through the air, in the quantum field, you can't see it, it's traveling through the air. That frequency carries data. Frequency in the air carries data. It's like an energetic signature imprint. It's this beacon of energy, and every energy in the world is different. You can send an energy current frequency that across the room, and the data will, have an imprint of, I hate you, I despise you. And someone across the room, you glance at them and you don't like them, and they will just say, I don't know what it is about that woman. I've met her a few times and I always get the feeling she doesn't like me. I don't know what her issue is. And many people will say to you, well, I don't get that feeling from her. Well, yeah, she's not sending the frequency to you. There's no currents of data and frequency going your way from her. She's sending it to me through universal intelligence, through the quantum field. You can't see this energy between the two people in the room, but it's coming to you and you feel it. Oh, I don't know what I did to this woman, but I can tell she doesn't like me. That's energy. So when you're going through manifestation and you are attracting 6 figures, 7 figures, multi-7 figures, manifesting money is different to manifesting anything else. I'm going to jump off, but before I do, I'll tell you that in the 3 days we'll be doing each day we'll be doing day 1 thought, which is obviously part of manifesting. That the thought will be very focused on your clarity, and we'll be becoming very aware of the energy behind your thoughts, the feminine energy, feminine frequency, okay, the emotional, vibrational charge. And then day 2 will be belief and the energetic feminine frequency behind your belief. And day 3 will be the actions and the energetic feminine frequency behind each action. But I will also be teaching this a little bit different, because we are not manifesting the man across the room, are we? This is 6-figure femme frequency. This is not man femme frequency. We're not manifesting relationship. We're not manifesting better health. We are not manifesting to travel or a yacht or a new sports car. We are manifesting 6 figures. And the difference with this these teachings is that we are going to take money down from the pedestal that we've put it on. We've put money on this pedestal of it is up here and I need to be worthy of it and I need to be better and I need to be more valuable to attract it. It's up here. The truth is, money is already at your level and you can attract money at this level down here. When you rise up, you can attract this money. When you rise up, you can attract this money. When you rise up, you can attract this money. It's already at your level. And the truth is, money should not be on the pedestal. You should be on the pedestal because your worth and your value far outweighs money. Money is a man-made product that was designed to exchange services and products with other people. I need this, you need that, let's trade. So it's not so complicated. Money was developed by man. Money is not better than you. You do not need to become worthy of money. You do not need to become valuable for money. You are already valuable. You are already worthy. So think of a man again, the partner that you desire across the room. You do not need to be worthy of that person that you desire. That person you desire, you see him across the room, close your eyes for a few seconds. When you open your eyes, he is a massive, big safe, a big metal safe with a beautiful big door. You open the door, there's no man in there. It's just six figures, 600,000, 700,000, 800,000, 900,000, six figures, six-figure vault across the room. The man's disappeared. Now, you saw that man across the room and you thought, I'm worthy, I'm valuable, and I want him, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to send this beacon of energy across the room, and I'm going to sit here all beautiful, attractive, in this outfit, and I desire him, and he's going to feel this energetic pull and come to me. You are doing things. You dressed up and left the house and you went to the same venue where you thought this person would be. So it's not like you're not doing anything, but you're not analyzing and you're not working hard. You are there, you've dressed up, you've gone out of your way to buy an outfit, you look beautiful, you're out and about with your friends, you look stunning, you're glowing, and you trust your intuition. You have faith that if it's not him, then the one that's going to make you happier and the one that you're going to find more attractive is probably in the room as well, but you just haven't seen him yet. Either way, you're going to get what you want. You desire romance. Now, what I want you to do is to pretend that that person across the room is no longer a person, but it's a vault. And in that vault is your money. And you have the PIN number for that vault and nobody else does. So has your frequency changed? Do you still see that you are worthy and valuable for that, what you desire? Or has your energy changed and you suddenly feel like, oh, I'm not worthy of that. Like, that's a lot of money. I don't know if I'm worth that. Like, what if my business is not worth that? What if my offers is not worth that? What if my energy is not worth that? Am I good enough? Really, am I good enough? Is my business good enough? Is my skills and expertise and talent good enough? Well, it was when you thought that vault was a man across the room. So why would it be different if it's now a man-made product in a vault that we call money? So do you understand how we put money on a pedestal and we look at it as though it's up there, out of reach? No. You are everything you need to be to make the money you want to make. The money comes to you. You are attracting the money. You're not chasing it. Just like you are attracting that partner that you desire across the room, you're not chasing it. That's not the feminine energy. The feminine energy is you attract it. That is how the feminine energy manifests anything and everything in life with ease. Feminine energy attracts the masculine energy. The masculine energy attracts the feminine energy. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to have the whiteboard out and I'm going to have a little bit of a presentation for you. But if you are ready to go from 0 to 6 figures, or you want to go from 0 to 5 figures, or you want to go from 5 figures to 6 figures, then join me. 7-figure FEMME frequency, I'm likely going to do that towards the end of the year, depending on how busy I am. I do have a few programs in place. I have the I Am Wealth program, and if I am too busy with that, then I may put the next masterclass on hold. But in the meantime, I'm very excited. Please follow this channel, subscribe to the CEO Goddess so that you don't miss this. And I look forward to sharing this information with you and seeing you go from wherever you're at now to making your 6 figures with ease and manifesting it the FEMME frequency way. Have a beautiful and blessed day, and I will see you in module number 1. Namaste.